Hey guys, Randy here. Just in case you didn't know it and didn't hear it in one of my previous videos, as a kind of a side hustle, I sell stuff on Amazon.com through the Amazon FBA program. And FBA stands for Filled by Amazon. So they allow third-party sellers like myself to send stuff into Amazon, into their warehouse. They will pack it and ship it to the customers for me. And all I really have to do is find the products, decide how much I want to sell it for, ship it all to Amazon in one big box, and they take care of the rest, which makes it really, really handy if you're trying to start a small business. There are some pros and cons to being an FBA shipper or seller on Amazon, but that's a completely different subject in this video. But for the beginner FBA person, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest mistakes I made when I first started out was trying to go really cheap on boxes. And I'll show you the main boxes I use right now, since that's probably why you're watching this video, is what boxes should I use? So the primary size boxes I use right now, that I've been using for almost 2 years now, are these 18 by 18 by 16 medium size boxes. This is a standard box that you can get at the Home Depot. Hold it up like that. And I have another one which is 18 by 18 by 24, which is the large Grande Home Depot box. And you may be saying to yourself, why in the world would you buy boxes when you can just go to the dumpsters and get all you want, or go to the back of stores and pick up their boxes, or ask the store managers? The biggest thing is the time savings, because if you know how big the boxes are, after a while you get an idea of how much stuff you can put in them. And depending on what I'm messing with, what kind of product I'm sending to Amazon, I can get a good idea of whether I should grab a large box or if I should grab one of these medium boxes when I start packing stuff, or before I decide to start deciding on what I'm going to send in for that day. And so I can get, depending on the items, like for example, something the size of a shoebox, like something like a shoebox. If I'm sending in 10 of those, I know that I need a big box like this. And normally that's what I do. I try to purchase 10 of an item if I can. So, and for smaller stuff like kitchen utensils, you know, I'll use this medium-sized box, this 18 by 18 by 16. And these two boxes, I can get between, like say for example, yesterday I got 19 items in one of these boxes, because they were pretty large items, like the size of a shoebox. And the day before, I got almost 80 items, which were almost all kitchen products in this box. So it really depends. But having these two sizes on hand, you got an idea of how much you can ship in each box. You also know, without having to go measure the stupid boxes before you send in the shipment, you do have to tell Amazon your shipping size. I'm sorry, let me back that up. When you are shipping your products into Amazon, in the final screen you'll have to tell Amazon the size of the box you're using and how much it weighs. This makes it very easy to simply look over at the box and say, oh, I know how big that box is. And some people, that's not a big deal for them. I mean, for me it was a giant hassle, because at one time I was shipping in 7 boxes a day and having to measure 3 dimensions on 7 boxes and write each dimension down, and then remember the weights of each box, or write the weights down and then plug it all into Amazon, became a giant hassle. And not only that, you know, it does cost gas money to go get boxes, even if they're free. So these are fairly cheap. I mean, these cost me about $1.20 a piece, $1.25, and the bigger ones cost like $1.75, $1.50, $1.75. I can't remember exactly what, but it was less than $2. And the way I look at it is the amount of time and effort that it saves me from having to write stuff down, having to figure out how much stuff will fit in the box. It just makes all the difference in the world. It makes my life so much easier. And if you're doing hundreds or thousands of products a week or a month, this becomes very tedious and very old real quick. So that's why I recommend going with boxes you pay for, or at least boxes that are all the exact same size. You know, you get 2 sizes, that's all you got to worry about. I got them stacked over here in the back, and I know how many I've got on hand. I know how many I'm going to be using each week. There's really no shortage of boxes. So I know when I'm getting low, go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick out 10, 20 boxes. I know how many I'm gonna need for the month based on my previous shipping. And why I recommend Home Depot in particular is nothing really other than the fact that Home Depot is so close to me. Home Depot is closer to me than Lowe's. And Lowe's boxes, I've used those. They come in the exact same sizes, so there's no problem with me keeping track of the size of the boxes. It's just that Home Depot is closer. Lowe's boxes are just as good in my opinion. They seem like they're almost as thick. I don't know. It may just be my imagination, but Lowe's boxes seem to be a little bit thinner. And the only boxes that are even thinner than that, which I really don't care for, I don't like the flimsiness of them, are these Duck brand. This is the ones I get at Walmart in a pinch. in a bind, I need them in a hurry, I can just drive 6 miles down the road to the Walmart, grab them. Got these, either the 18 by 18 by 24s. The problem with Walmart boxes, in my opinion, is that they're just so thin. You can't see it on camera here. It's really too thin to look at. But they are noticeably thinner than the Home Depot boxes, and they're much flimsier. The boxes, the sidewalls are a little bit more flexible in it. And I did check with the UPS drop-off location in Beaumont, Texas. They said they have no problem with the Duck brand boxes. I showed them box. I shipped stuff out, so that box I showed them, said, look, how do y'all feel about these boxes? And they go, oh, those are fine, no problem. It's like just my personal choice. I like a little bit thicker box, and it just makes me feel more comfortable, because I would rather spend, I don't know, another 10 cents, 15 cents a box, and have confidence that the stuff in the box is not going to get smashed or banged against or just dinged up on its way to Amazon's warehouse. It's just a little bit of reassurance on my part. And when it comes to the price of boxes, you may be thinking, oh, $1.50, $1.75 for a box. That's going to add to my shipping cost. True. And I factor that in as well. When I'm looking at my Amazon shipping charges, the total charges, usually in general, I pay about 40 cents a pound to ship stuff in. And so my normal shipping charge is about, I want to say $11 to $12 for a 30-pound box, 35-pound box, in that range, just generally. So $11, and then you add on another, say for example, $2 for the cost of the box. You're looking at $12. I'd look at it as I divide the number of items I'm sending in the box into that number. So if it's costing me $12 to ship it, and I'm averaging, say, 50 items to a box, 50 into 12, what is that? I should have picked different numbers. Anyway, so that's the way I look at it. If the items are bigger, of course, it's going to cost me more per item to ship them in. But most of my stuff is shoebox size or smaller, and doesn't weigh more than, say, 2 pounds. Most of my stuff is less than 2 pounds. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a little, the people who are not used to buying boxes, or if you're a newbie to the FBA program, save yourself a lot of headache, save yourself a lot of time. If you don't have easy access to boxes that are all the same size, invest a little bit of money into the boxes at Home Depot or Lowe's. Get used to having the same size boxes all the time. It'll save you time, mental energy. I have sent boxes in, or I've not sent them in, but I have boxed my stuff up in these oddball size boxes. Didn't write it down and said, well, I can just remember that. Walked 5 feet, sat down, and then had to get back up, walk back over there, and measure the box all over again. So yeah, just one little time-saving tip for you guys who are new to FBA. So I'm going to wrap it up for right now. If you do like these kind of videos for money-saving, time-saving tips, and basically lessons that I have learned for the past, almost 3 years now, 4 years now of doing FBA part-time, please leave me a comment below, thumb the video up, let me know what you would like to hear about, and if I've had it in my background experience with FBA, I'll be happy to share it with you. So this is Randy signing off, and I'll talk to you later.